What?
My audio is included in my own stream. That's pretty funny. So what map is it? Oasis. That's a second. I don't think I've seen Oasis in a single tourney, and now we're seeing it in this one twice. You find that interesting?
Yeah, I guess with the removal of
Lijiang, yeah.
we're a little lost.
Yeah, people are picking Oasis here. And you know, in the last...
Oh, no.
What's happening? Oh, they're putting Hyper at support. Oh, no. Yeah, and no Moots this game. Moots, in the last battle, last battle of the penis, he kind of fucked. I ain't even gonna lie. He's not playing because you said earlier he broke his glasses, right?
Yeah.
That's not playing. So like that's a bit of a downer if you're Dick Riders, because Moots, we know him as as probably the best round in the league.
Both teams right. Let's get it.
Yeah, let's go. And you know, that's probably a bit of a downer if you're Dick Riders, because Moots, one of the better Rhines in this league. I'd probably put him as one of the best, if not the best in the league. I think a lot of people would.
I think everybody kind of agrees that he is.
Yeah, and another player you probably got to look out for maybe is Exists, because he popped off in the last match too. Shit, a Doomfist. So maybe you look out for an Exist Doomfist, if you will. Oh, and looks like a restart.
I had to reset.
What happened?
Initiate.
Was it not matched up correctly or something? What happened?
I mix it
Mixed
because
colors.
I changed team colors for cast. And
Yeah, I got you.
I just yellow.
I have mine basic. Basic is fine.
Or was yeah. Yeah, Juno got the spirit. Cheering for Detroit.
Base Juno, in my opinion. The underdogs usually are the team you want to cheer for.
I would be kind of worried for stream sniping, but they are in Xbox.
Battle.
They aren't in an Xbox party or whatever.
Yeah, I agree. Now this is an interesting take on the rush comp from Dick Riders. Doom Genshi Mercy Lucia. They'll have rush with a soldier for SFC. And a Sigma. A magician on Reinhardt. What is this? What is this?
You'd expect to see the ball comp with Javish being subbed in, but I guess that's not the case. We're going to see both teams just go straight in on the rush comps. Detroit looking a lot different from last time.
Yeah, they're going for a Lucio Mercy backline rather than the Ana Mercy that they had last time. With Moots gone, they don't really have anyone to pump the resource into him. Exist goes to the back, gets out though.
SFC gets a lot of control on the point initially here.
Yeah, now you can see Arcane is just waiting for a wall to put up, trying to isolate somebody. He puts it down, but he gets nobody with it.
This is the wall.
Exist gets Mively. And look at this.
Very good early pick.
Yeah, no healing. A lot of it is gone, but they still have point control.
For Detroit, they still just barely have any ground to cover, and SFC, they're going to get the point, but Exist gets another in Hyper.
Josh takes him down,
he's going to fall to Javish.
Yeah, Josh takes him down, and no supports for SFC. Mag goes down to Toaster.
Toaster gets Magician.
Yeah, but Mively's still in the fight here. Exist gets res.
Onto Exist. Exist just gets another
Exist
Mively.
Exist is doing so much this fight.
However, Hyper, he gets the support line, and Duck pops the visor, which is pretty much going to guarantee the first team fight, however long it may have been, going to the San Francisco Cock.
You know, it seems fitting that Hyper is good on an inting character as Lucio. Picks up 2 in that fight, along with the tack visor and the flux used from Javish and Duck.
Hyper going in at hyper speed to take down the support line.
Yeah. Exist is coming up on a Meteor Strike though, and the Valkyrie's ready for, and yeah, they just pop right now, going for the damage boost.
Valkyrie pops.
Self-destruct is starting.
Self-destruct used.
It gets Hyper out of position.
Gets Hyper, and Magician's gonna fall. 2 very good picks for Detroit. However, Arcane pops the Blizzard. It's gonna freeze Grass. and Funky Monkey.
That was
but
great peel, though, for
nothing's
Torb.
going to be done.
Great peel for Torb off the Blizzard, though. Allows them to not get hit by anything. And now Detroit has a lot of pressure on the point.
Ooh,
but
big
Ducks-
clutch from Javish!
Yeah,
The window pop from Mively. Duck just gonna spray at the entire back line.
Oh my goodness.
It's
You know,
doing so much damage.
you think after that Blizzard, it's a 1-5 for Detroit with how much point control they have and a couple picks. Then the Gravitic Flux comes in from Javish, and windows popped, and Duck just mows them down. Oh my
Yeah,
lord.
and he was even before the window.
Yeah. Can anyone from Dick Riders even
Oh, yeah.
touch?
Are they gonna be able to touch?
I don't think they can. Yeah,
Like
they
they
do.
will be able to, but
Big
Magician
shatter.
gets a big shatter onto the back line. Duck pops the visor, gonna be able to clear out anyone that does manage to touch.
And you like to
SFC,
see...
they get the first point, 100-0.
Yeah, but it didn't look clean on some of the fights. Detroit could have definitely won some of those. Just a bit of the synergy from SFC coming out, though, with their ability to just stall forever. You'll see no changes in composition so far for either of these teams. Oh, no, Mively's going over to Zen. Do you imagine they play poke comp here?
Yeah. Looks like that is the case. Initially, I wasn't seeing any swaps, but looks like they will be going for a ball comp.
Yeah, and you can see Detroit Dick Riders with a few swaps. Reaper Doomfist coming out with a BAP Zen backline, and the Sig... Oh no, it's going to be Ana. They pull out the poke comp. Oh, they're going to pocket Duck. Yikes. This is going to be a nightmare for Dick Riders.
Mercy Pocket Soldier. Cringe.
Very cringe. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta win. It
Instantly gets annihilated.
doesn't exist anymore, some could say. Yeah, now
And
you just-
SFC again, they just have this initial control of the point. This time almost just like completely.
Yep, and Javish into the back.
They haven't even gotten their first choke.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you can play this so well for SFC. You have a Sigma shield to protect the soldier with the pocket, you have a Zen Discord orb to amplify the damage even more, and you have a Sombra for the hacks. You can hack the shields out. And, like, you can't really do much in their comp because of how much high ground they have and how much point control. Duck just has all this space to work with. And
He has all the damage as well with the Mercy Pocket.
He set up
Great pickups
plays
at the
too.
support line. Javish just causing havoc with the Wrecking Ball.
oh my
Slamming
goodness.
his Detroit.
Nano boost is used.
Nano onto Brass Monkey.
Duck goes down.
Nothing's gonna be able to get done with it.
Just fighting at this
Laura's
time.
gonna fall. Brass as well. The res onto Duck. Toaster falls. This is just complete dominance from SFC here.
The fight in the Tiger Room went on for so long that it just... So many ultimates for SFC too. Like, look at Arcane's EMP, look at the Transcendence for Mively, look at Javish's Minefield. The Minefield definitely being boosted from that room just because of how little space there is and how much you can get out of the pile drivers.
And then Detroit, they only have the Meteor Strike.
Yeah, it's because they swapped out the Sigma to the Zarya, and Javish is around this corner. They should probably try and scout this. You can see Brass Monkey going around. They just walk past it. He was trying to... Did he not see Javish? What was that? He, like, canceled his hammer swing. See Dick Riders just engaging. You can see Arcane in the back. He's going to try and go land EMP here, but with how split they're playing, who knows how big it'll be. Exist on the left, trying to maybe go after
It looks like
Javish.
they're grouping up. They're ready.
The Gravitic
to
Flux.
get hacked, but it looks like the Flux is going to be done. Used
Hack on the
first,
Brass
so
Monkey.
the Mines as well.
And you don't even need to
And
EMP
yeah,
here.
complete annihilation of Detroit here, except for Torb, but it looks like he's eventually going to get hunted down by Javish.
Yeah, you don't even need to
Killed.
EMP there because the hack on the Rhine, that's all you really need. The Immortal's going to get destroyed instantly, and you have no shield pressure. And SFC is going to take that in dominant fashion.
Complete domination.
What a round for SFC there. Really good synergy, really good coordination, really good everything per se.
Play of the game.
You know, without the in-game leadership of Moots, it seems like Dick Riders, they don't really stand a chance, to be honest.
Yeah, they did feel very lost.
Quadruple kill.
Lost with no name, if you, some could say. That was a bit bad.
74%, Jesus.
Epic.
Excellent.
You know,
Right.
yeah. Javish, he's probably he's arguably the best tank player in this league, to be honest. He's up there with some of the titans at main tank, such as Roto, and I don't really know. You could say is. I mean, Moots is pretty good, but only on the Reinhardt.
I mean, Javish. I'd say like his wrecking ball is completely dominant, but
Everything
when
else is
that
a bit
gets
lacking.
countered, it's a bit lacking, and he's just like not as flexible. Like, oh, where did Hyper go?
I think he was done hyperfeeding.
Oh, he's back.
He's buying a skin. That seems like such a hyper thing. What skin do you think he was buying? You think he was buying one for the New York Excelsior because of their W today over Vancouver?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised
He's also
either.
a very big New York Excelsior fan. I was about to say Excelsior.
You're about to say Excelsior. Yeah, we know some things about New York's Excelsior. And that's your team. That's my team. Sadly, I'm benched, but I don't really care. We're winning. You know, there's a lot
Grand
of
finalists.
former grand finalists.
And this is what's gonna determine who we might see in the losers and who's gonna come victorious in the losers bracket. Maybe it'll be SFC. They're looking very dominant here.
Yeah, SFC.
However, they
very
them by the way,
dominant.
still very good.
Yeah, they them will be the next opponent for whoever wins this round.
Oh yeah.
Let's go!
Kings Row.
We
And
get
the Moots comes in.
We get Moots on Kings Row, baby. You know, this is what I'm here for. I'm here for the Moots Reinhardt Kings Row. Most likely gonna get a nano boost and just roll over SFC.
Let's hope so.
Juno's getting playtime. Vapo's on the bench. Interesting.
Alright, Detroit already. Now we gotta wait for SFC.
SFC, common SFC L to just not be ready. There we go.
And now they're ready.
I've got the classic rush tank line for SFC.
Now entering.
Okay then,
King's
I've been asked to whisper to Hyper that his boyfriend says his fifi is
Says
Row.
Hyper's boyfriend, you a real one for that. I should probably. That is the funny.
Ready for
yeah, there's the classic rush from SFC.
Yeah, the
that
classic
I
rush
was
from SFC exists.
Really hoping to see, and we get to see a Rhine duel. I'm excited.
Let's go. I want to see the Ana come out from the side of
attackers incoming.
Dick Riders because that's always tends to
Yeah.
seem to be to their strengths because of how much resources they can put
Baptiste,
into.
that can also work.
Baptiste isn't necessarily a bad pick. Well, I mean, it's not though. Objectively speaking, it is not a bad pick. Yeah, but you won't see the Baptiste apparently.
Hyper's boyfriend, he loves you, but you're cringe
Five.
apparently.
4,
Yeah, and now you see traditional Russian
I
SFC,
disagree, though.
a bit of an
One.
unorthodox Reaper
Attackers
Doomfist,
Got the very
Hog
unorthodox rush, yeah.
Yeah. And Hyper just hit a big fire strike right there. He gets hooked in, the wall comes out, but it doesn't
Wall
do
baited
much.
out.
This on his back right. This tends to come off of for these rollouts. He's got to be careful of Duck though. Oh, they hooked in
Just
Hyper.
goes in, but he's just instantly gonna get punished, and Hyper's gonna fall as well. Ooh, Funky gets frozen.
Exist's body just went flying.
Time to raise my APM.
Yeah.
And there goes
To
Toaster.
the moon.
Routing tower to forward barrier.
Looks like he committed Toaster bathtub right there as he just gets folded.
DPS just getting so many picks here.
Yeah, Juno and Duck collectively carrying right now, as the DPS should. They just won't stop. They're still going.
Get to them.
This with a huge
Goes
seismic
in,
slam, but he gets
but he's gonna
immediately
fall
killed.
again.
It's not existing on this map quite yet. The ice ball comes out. Can it get much value? Not really, but it does allow for a bit of zoning. Exists. Oh, the Bastion.
Because this makes the swap the Bastion.
You know, I remember you played this on the Blizzard from Axel. Can you get anything with it?
He's gonna catch Moots and Toaster, and Hyper goes for the pin onto Exist, takes him down.
And Shadow, they're just running him over right now. You can't really do much. Hyper just
they're looking much more dominant than last time.
Axel does go down. It's a big pick from Torb. And now you can maybe get some momentum here for the side of Dick Riders. You're gonna have to be a little fast with it though, because the opportunity will be fading away. They're pushing right now. You see Moose with the Shatter. He usually does big things with these. It's Hyper. Shatter onto my.
It's my oh, the Magician gets 2 with the self-destruct.
He lives on like barely any
Window
speed.
and B-drop used from SFC. I'm not sure if that was 100% worth. There's only 4 members of the team alive.
Yeah, but they can still
Already
flip
won the
this.
fight.
They can maybe still flip this
Freeze
though.
onto Moots from Axel.
Can you get
Gonna have
anything
to
though?
fall back.
And SFC, they turned this around with the bomb for Magician. We're just able to create a lot of space with it and get 2 picks on top of it. Toaster taking the duel with Axel right now. Oh!
Detroit try and push up. Doug gets an early pick on the Toaster, but the Res gonna be able to let Detroit keep that momentum up. However, the high noon from Duck.
Oh my god!
Gonna get 3! That's big, and yep. This is looking like Florida versus Vancouver with the spawn camp. Oh no, Hyper's going for the
Hyper's
secret
going
pin.
for the secret pin, and he has Arcane with him. Lure over to Ana now. I wanted this from the start because you could get the nano boosts and keep Moots with a lot of resources. Oh, Juno's up top. Juno with the Blizzard catches
Big
Blizzard.
Blizzard.
And look at this. He gets frozen.
B-drop from Funky is good though, but Hyper gets the shatter onto Moots.
They whole hog.
Over the whole hog, sort of peel from Torb
And
there.
they finish him off though. Yes, they do, and they finish off Arcane. This is looking
Got a
like a 1 fight
right
maybe.
now.
It's looking like a 1 fight maybe.
Really, they have the more valuable
Ice
heroes
Wall.
alive.
Ice Wall separates Laura for a little bit. Laura's back in the fight now. Shatter from Moots. It
Shatter
catches
gets the
Juno.
DPS.
The immortality field is out though, and Juno is able to live.
Hyper back on the wrecking ball.
Hyper hooked
Get
in.
hooked.
Can they finish off Hyper? No, but they can finish off Mildly.
This gets Mildly, and it looks like Detroit are going to be taking control of the point here with such little time left. Exist gets a 3K.
Really good nade from Laura, is able to purple them and help out with the final blows there. Laura is frozen up, but it doesn't matter too much. Juno goes down, and this should be the
Detroit, they're
point
going to
cap.
finally get the point. However, with such little time,
Objective lost.
I'd say this is definitely good for SFC, and they're getting close to 5 ultimates while Detroit only 3.
Yeah, but it's a nano boost is one of them, and we know what Moots can do with these nanos. Amplification matrix used.
Window used for Mildly here. 2 instant picks on the Toaster and Moots.
Yeah, that Amp Matrix able to just run.
Laura
Moots
goes as
over,
well.
and that's going to be the fight win.
Orb.
Routing power to forward ferry.
Duck.
This is basically gonna die as he runs back to spawn.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, a nano boost is online, and we know what Moots can do with the nano boost. Hyper's on a flank. He's gonna probably look for a pin.
Hyper hiding in
He
spawn.
misses the pin.
Misses the pin.
He gets out though, and Duck goes
Able
down.
to spawn camp here. Axel tries to wall off Moots, but instead he walls him up.
He wants to be
Gonna go for the pin.
Hyper's
Payload is literally at the point.
attack
They still have to capture it. Wants to shatter. I don't even know how to commentate that.
What is happening here?
It looks like SFC is gonna be victorious.
This is absolute pandemonium right now. Hyper is still in this corner, and Laura still has this nano boost. They could maybe use it onto Boots here, probably. Laura gets staggered, but and Magician goes down. They can maybe get a bit of point progress. Hyper's on the high ground.
Hyper drops down.
They
Get
hooked.
hooked and killed
Hyper
though.
gets hooked. What is going on? Arcane in the
Certainly
back
something, alright.
Okay, never mind.
Alright, looks like Detroit finally gonna be able to capture the point again, and they're gonna start pushing the payload.
She push on my payload until they arrive at checkpoint A, they say. And they're gonna try and do that right now. Nano boost is online for Laura, so again, they can use it onto a lot of targets here. Moods, Toaster, and Exist can all probably take it, preferably with our ultimates. But you can use it basically whenever you want to. Do they intend to use it? Shatter comes out.
Oh, big shatter from Hyper.
Duck
Behind Dog.
to the back. Toaster. Can he get
Get
anybody?
anything? Ooh, Exist gets 2 though. Moods gets Arcane. This is still winnable for Detroit.
Yeah, and they're cleaning up right now. Juno in the back line on Exist, but he kills him too! Exist! He's just killing everybody!
Magician.
10 seconds.
And this is one of
Both
the...
are gonna force him off height.
Yeah, Magician there with the heal though, but it's not enough. Exist!
Exist gets Mively.
Oh my
Magician
goodness.
is gonna get demacked.
And again, Exist was one of the players I was looking out for when for SFC, and he has attack visor now. Can he get any value with it? He does.
Yeah.
Exist is just killing
Get 2.
everybody!
Detroit
Exist!
gonna be able to get the point. Looks like that overtime buff is really helping Detroit out here.
Well, like it's helping Exist out. He just killed everyone that fight. He kept cleaning up, getting constant 2 or 3 Ks. And oh my goodness, what a player, what a star.
Boots is gonna need to get a big shatter here, but oh, a big blizzard from Juno! Gonna get 4! And SFC, they're just gonna clean up.
The thing about that Blizzard 2 is that it freezes...
Absolute annihilation.
The thing about that Blizzard 2 is it freezes the Lucio, so you can't use the beat drop. And Magician has the self-destruct ready. He's looking like he's gonna go on a little bit of a flank here. About 5 ults ready for SFC. Exist out of position. They
Good
can
early pick onto Exist.
Yeah, that's all you're
Star performer for Detroit here.
Yeah, however...
Duck, caught behind, but Magician's gonna be able to peel.
Oh.
Gonna get D-Mac, but uses self-destruct to just instantly get his mech back as SFC get. Oh, he gets the callback kill at the Toaster.
Toaster just gets squashed right there by
Detroit,
Magician.
they're going back to spawn once more.
Yeah, and now you don't...
SFC, well, Detroit got 2 points here. SFC are just looking so dominant. All the Hypers on the top rope. Gonna go for the Grand Slam. The beat drop. Oh, what a it's a big shatter from a Hyper.
Follow up
He's gonna pin Torb off.
Oh.
That's the Nano.
Yeah, but Toaster still gets a pick on the
Shatter
Mively.
Blossom combo gets Mively Magician.
And it's
Smack.
winnable.
Looks like this might be winnable for Detroit.
Yeah, it's winnable. Exist and Toaster just able to kill everybody. Toaster with 3 in the fight.
Toaster gets Axel. Exist plus an early visor, able to get Arcane, but it looks like that's gonna be it.
Yeah, and that visor, that early use of the visor might cost them with no ultimates in this final fight. And Juno has this Blizzard ready. They can win this here, and they have nothing to eat it. The only thing you can really cut it with is a Lucio speed boost, or maybe a stun out of it. But even then, no stuns are available.
Detroit, they're just gonna try and hope to get as much progress as they can before Axel can get the Blizzard off. But it looks like he's already going to the flank. And there's the Blizzard. It's big. It's greedy. It's gonna fall.
Shatter.
Toaster exists. Laura. Funky. And finally,
It's gonna be Torb.
Orb.
He gets him off the point, and he can't touch.
And Detroit not going to be able to get that overtime buff strong enough to be able to capture 3rd.
Yeah, what I really feel like fumbled the bag there was Exist using his visor a little bit early there. Or a little bit late in that fight after Toaster had just killed everybody. Well, it may not necessarily have costed them for entirely because Juno had the Blizzard and they had nothing to really stun or eat him out of it. You never know. That visor could have come in handy for potentially zoning them out and getting a little bit more progress. And that little bit of progress can always be the advantage. But it's not looking too bad for Dick Riders.
Yeah, hopefully they can pull together a solid defense.
Yeah, and I want to see what compositions each of them run.
Ready for battle.
Okay, I want to see this from Dick Riders. What is this?
The Orisa ride! You cannot escape it!
I'm not trying to escape it is the thing. I'm trying to go towards it.
No way, man!
Oh, are you serious right now? I mean, at least
Swapped off.
yeah. And you have Exist on the Hanzo. I haven't seen this pick coming out from Exist before. I want to see what he can do with it. Toaster on his common pick, the Reaper.
They're going to stay on that rush that they're known for, and although Axel's going to be on the Widow, probably early on.
Yeah,
to try to
definitely
get
just
a
her
few
early
picks.
pick. I like the Ana from Laura because it allows, again, more resources to go into Moots. And while he has been getting shut down a little bit, when Moots is in a groove and gets the resources he needs, he can put in mad work. Juno. Hyper pins
Hyper
in.
goes for the early pin and gets funky!
That's a huge pick. That's a lot of your
Big
ability.
anti from Laura though, and Hyper's gonna fall. And with no main tank, Duck is gonna get picked off as well. And SFC, they're gonna have to disengage. Axel's still looking for some picks though.
Yeah, really
It
nice.
looks like he's gonna have to drop down.
Really nice anti coming out there from Laura. Even though Hyper gets the pin, he's punished for it for too much aggression. And with all the shields in Juno's face right now, he can't really do much. And Arcane is picked off by Exists. Despite the immortality.
Early
coming out.
field use.
Yeah, and it doesn't really get much value either. And look at Axel's ult charge. He doesn't have anything, and he gets picked up by Exists. Exists on Hanzo right now is popping off. Exists, the star DPS player.
He's just such a consistent performer on this DPS.
Yeah, would you look at that? When Exist is existing, he's in a groove right now. He's in a zone.
Axel making the swap to Bastion.
Oh,
Ooh, a big shatter from Hyper. Able to get the pin onto Boots. Gets 2 before he's taken down. It looks like SFC, they're going to be able to start taking control of the objective, but Exist, he's still
killing
alive.
people. But yeah, it's
Gonna
just
get
not enough.
Axel, but unfortunately gonna fall to Mively, and that is the Detroit Dick Riders wiped out.
What really sold that fight there for Dick Riders was that Earth Shatter from Hyper. Both the supports got shattered, moods got shattered, and it was a fight done. And despite Exist's best efforts, he couldn't bring that team fight back. But 2 minutes isn't necessarily that bad off the clock, and oh, they just got, okay, I thought
You don't want to pull an Atlanta Rain here. It's not like you only need to capture the point for it.
Objective lost.
Hyper going for a flank again. Looks like he's gonna get caught though. You can just see the silhouettes running.
Yep, they're all chasing after him. Toaster and Moods in the back line. Hyper
Hyper
does get
pinning
out
away.
though, and everyone else is
Like
flanking.
Mively, Axel, and Arcane going for a flank here.
They gotta be aware of
Detroit,
this.
oh, Detroit. They have 6 ults.
Join the
here.
back line LT. Stamp Matrix.
The flank Bastion window.
Oh, they used
The
a
Blossom
oh my
and the Dragon Strike invested in Twin, and Hyper pins into the Blossom.
You know, when they say hit the W key, Hyper is quite literally the definition of that. Sometimes it does cost him though. That Death Blossom from Toaster was able to punish him.
Time to raise my APM.
So you're gonna start regrouping.
Yeah, you have both
Tech they only have the self-destruct and P-drop for this fight, while Detroit working with the support A and tank golds.
Yeah, and Exist is building relatively quickly to the Dragon Strike. Gravitic Flux used. Arcane
Big
almost has
flux
the
from Torb.
Yeah, but can they capitalize? Arcane
No
has the
follow-up
sound.
though.
Juno stunned. They
Looks
pick up
like
Torb.
it. SFC, they're gonna capitalize off of the one themselves. They push him with the P-drop. And Hyper gets left as he shatters to nothing.
That fight isn't necessarily all bad for Dick Riders though. Shatter is expended, Self-Destruct is expended, and
Time to raise my
Sound Barrier is expended. Despite the fact you only use your Gravitic Flux there, and you'll have about 4 ultimates coming back into this next fight with Exist, Dragon, Shatter, Nano Boost, and the Sound Barrier.
Yeah, Detroit definitely working with a better ult economy right now.
Stuck on high ground right now. He's trying to get his ultimate ready. Can they keep him away? They do. How long is the question?
The Dragon Strike used from Exist.
That's a bit
Can't get
ambitious.
anything done, and 2 picks from SFC. And with the DPS ults used, gonna get the remainder of Detroit here. It's just Exist left alone in the back line.
Yeah, Exist. That was a very ambitious
And
Dragon Strike.
he's gonna get chased down, as you can see by the silhouettes.
Yeah.
Looks like he's actually
there's-
managing to stay alive
well, that
pretty
was
well.
the point. They were
but
trying to
it doesn't
stagger
matter.
him. They were trying to stagger him was the thing. You can
See,
see
they have 4 minutes to get the last checkpoint.
this support ult's already. Oh my god! Look
Arcane
at this
goes
flank
in.
from Hyper. Look at this flank from Hyper.
Able to survive though. Hyper has just been going for all these flanks and gets a charge onto Funky. The window Bastion able to melt down the tank line.
And this is the last fight
Probably
territory.
Throw secured for SFC.
And this is last fight
As
territory.
they have the ground to work with.
Can they even touch the
Just-
points?
Approaching its
Duck gets a
destination.
3K.
No, they cannot touch the point. And SFC.
That's gonna be the
round
second map
2.
going to SFC.
You know, it looked winnable for a bit for Dick Riders. What I really wanted to point out there, though, was their lack of support ultimate usage. You didn't really see the Sound Barrier or the Nano Boost
Play
ever come
of the game.
out, and that might have cost them, because with those type of resources, you can definitely push a lot more aggressively. They just never decided to use them at all.
Triple kill.
See the big high noon from Duck.
Yeah, I mean, Duck just doing Duck things, what can you say? You know, while we do consider Leave probably one of the best hit scan DPSs in the league, if not the best, Duck isn't that far behind him.
Hit scan, it's high competition for who's the best. You got Duck, Axel, Supra, all incredibly good players.
What's funny about Axel and Duck is they're on the same team. 2 talents. Yeah, there's a lot of positions that are backed with stacked talent. But again, what I do feel like costed Detroit that round was the lack of support ultimates. If they used them in any of those fights, they could have definitely at least held a bit closer, or maybe even won the round. Because with SFC, sure they were over ulting some fights, but it's because they have faith in those ultimates to win them the fight. Whereas with the support ultimates, you didn't really use them too much. Again, the resource investation of those ultimates can really help you.
Yeah, Detroit, they just looked like they weren't as willing to use ults a lot of the time unless it was like an instance where they thought they absolutely needed it, and even then they kind of like overlapped with them. Best example being like the Blossom and Dragon Strike being used at the same group.
Yeah, I just feel like maybe there's some type of lack of coordination. If they were able to use those ultimates, you know, again, the sound barrier can allow for for an aggressive push or a defensive push, depending on what you want to do with the nano. You can probably put it on the Moots there. Like again, Moots with these nano boosts, if you put them onto him, he will do work. That's what I want to see from Dick Riders coming out, is nano boosts onto their star player in Moots, or heck, maybe even onto Exists. Exists has been popping off this entire game, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely a very consistent player. I definitely say the star player for Detroit as well. Moots is very good on the Rhine. He's kind of only been able to show his strength when they play that rush. And even then, sometimes they just kind of get fucked.
Yeah, Exists was definitely a big pickup for this team. We'll just have to see how hard he'll have to play, how hard he'll have to kind of carry the squad, I guess. We'll see what Detroit picks for the next map. And you know, it's Escort if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
You'd probably want to tend to lean toward more of a rush Escort. Route 66 is banned, FYI, if it's your first time watching the stream. What's funny is SFC was the team to ban it as well. But I want to see them probably pick something more like Havana or something like that, because you can tend to run the rush a bit more and tend to go a lot more aggressive with it, whereas maps maybe like with more high ground such as Dorado would probably not favor you.
Now we have to wait till they pick a map again.
Oof.
So how you doing, Ian?
I'm chilling. I'm chilling.
That's good. I guess while we're here, we can talk about the unofficial sponsor of the New York Excelsior, the team I'm a part of, that being Dr.
Pepper. We haven't brought that up since last tourney.
I know we haven't. I just
we fell off.
God, I'm probably gonna lose the contract soon if that's the case. Wait, what did it say? Oh no, they said to mention it every time you're streaming. Uh-oh. Well, this is a very good soda. You should drink it.
Are we at gunpoint right now?
No. Why would you think that?
I'm calling the cops.
I don't know why you think that. No. The cops don't need to be here. The cops don't need to be here.
I'm gonna call Mercy to go to your house and resurrect you.
Oh, don't worry. I did that myself.
W. What else could we really talk about? Oh yeah, let's talk about our let's talk about last tourney I started, and I guess I don't know. It was aight. No Reinhardt, so we were kind of just stuck locking 6-man and double shield.
Yeah.
To be honest, though, I feel like our 6-man is actually not too bad. I think our 6-man was actually kind of goated with the sauce. I know we had a bit of an inside joke about how our dive sucked, but our 6-man low key actually kind of fucked. No cap.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all.
wasn't bad.
Unfortunately, we haven't really been able to see that as much.
Yeah, it's because
Finally a map.
Rialto.
Holy.
Rialto, that's an
Rialto.
interesting one. Rialto, you don't tend to see Rush be played on per se. Now, while that doesn't mean it can't work, well, that doesn't necessarily mean it can't work. It's just a bit rare, you know.
Yeah. I remember Rialto actually used to be like a very common pick.
Yeah, I remember in the
In
first.
like the first.
I remember in the
tourney.
first tourney I played. I played on Rialto. I think Rialto was pretty common. I've seen. I remember the first tourney I was in on SFC. We played Rialto. I've been here for a pretty good amount of tourneys, I'd say. Now that I think about it, about 4 or so.
Yep, 4.
How many tourneys has there been here?
The 4 that I don't know. I think there's been quite a few, but I
Definitely more than 4.
haven't really.
Freeze probably
Yeah,
knows.
obviously there's been more than 4. Freeze does probably know. I might ask him.
Alright.
that.
Anyways,
I'll
they're
just
both
check.
ready. They're both ready.
Yep. It's like we'll be going in.
Yeah, I came here for the. Was it Fall Frenzy or was that
Welcome to
a
Rialto.
bit later? I believe it was the Fall Frenzy. Remember, made grand finals, played against your team. Sadly, we lost.
Initiating
But
match.
you know, when you have the dominance of Shadow Ninja on your team, what are you gonna do against that? That team is also actually a pretty controversial one, so maybe I should stop talking about it.
SFC first tourney.
Yep,
Yeah.
SFC first tourney.
And just the grand finals in general, a bit of AS.
Oh yeah, the Zim accusations. A lot of that team left. The only people
Ready
remaining
for
from that, I'm
battle.
pretty sure, are Magician, Mively, and Hyper.
Oh, looks like
Hmm.
Mively is going to DPS. That's
Mively on
first time
the
I think we've seen
DPS,
that.
and a mysterious 7th player has just joined
Attackers
SFC.
incoming in 30 seconds.
That just happens when you swap the player orders
I know,
around.
I know. With Mively on Duck on Doomfist. You'll have Rhine Monkey, Reaper Doom. This. I want to see what this SFC comp is about. I also want to see a hit scan for Dick Riders with this Fara in play.
4, 3,
Whether it's Exist or Toaster. Probably not going to be
One.
Toaster because I've only ever seen Toaster play Reaper.
stop the
Yeah,
pain.
I'd say that's definitely his signature character.
Probably his only character. Oh my god, Laura just gets pinned. I feel bad for Laura. Hyper just
Spawn camp.
Hyper just splats her against the wall. Yeah, and then it's just spawn camp for SFC. It's just a oh my goodness. I want to see Laura try and get him for a big bio grenade here to set up a play. Torb up top, getting rolled right now, and Monk goes down.
This is just rough for Detroit here. Barely even able to leave spawn.
Yeah. Oh, and there's the big bio grenade I was talking about, and Magician goes down. Can they capitalize though? Doesn't look likely, but Arcane also goes down. You can see SFC, they're maybe crumbling a little bit, but for how long?
Meteor strike.
Duck.
Picks off Funky.
Yeah, they're still holding the spawn room. Okay, they're going back for the Doomfist. Exists against Duck here, and Duck wins the Doomfist battle. Shadow comes down. It is
Shadow from Magician gets
Massive.
2.
Yep.
Toaster gets the flank pick onto Hyper though.
Can he capitalize? No,
Duck's
Duck
instantly gonna
picks
take
him
him
off.
down.
And Magician gets the pick or gets picked off there. There's moods out of the spawn. I find it funny whenever Rhymes charge because I always think of Hyper. I don't know why. That's just the signature.
I think I know why.
Yeah, I mean,
Javish uses the primal.
Lively dropping dangerously low. Is he able
Much though, but
no, it's not looking like it. Mana boost almost ready, but Laura's under pressure right now. They're just
finally able to exit spawn, get control of the payload, and the Magician, he pins way too far into the backline here.
and Laura picks off
Get
Lively.
taken down by Boost.
Yeah.
Looks like Hyper is the only one able to MTD this guy.
It appears so. Hyper was able to do it last map.
Duck gets pick onto Laura, and he gets the nano boost from Hyper.
Where is Duck going?
Go in.
He misses this. He's missing every cooldown in his back right now. He's a meteor strike. Both meteor strikes. I think Exist is gonna try and go on top of Duck right now. I can't tell where they landed. He does! He does exactly that. And he's going for the Pharaoh now. Lively really low, but Exist can't reach him. Lively just gets out of a slippery HP because Exist can't get to him. Lively gets the mega. Oh!
But it doesn't matter, it just gets him after. Arcane pops the rally.
It's the dart onto Javish.
Probably looking for a shatter here. The anti on the Magician.
Yeah, Magician's gonna have the shatter really soon. Exist goes down.
Javish picks Exists off.
Exist has to be really
Rough for
careful
Detroit
right
here.
now. Shatter is blocked.
Shatter doesn't get anything off the Magician. Dunks on the entire Detroit Dick Riders with a shatter of his own. Boost goes to the pin and
Oh,
the
he hits
Magician gets
Javish.
hooked to death. Gets Javish. Lively in the backline with the barrage gets Laura.
Yeah, and SFC, it's looking like they're gonna turn this. They're gonna win that. What a shatter from Magician! Wait a second. Wait,
Ooh,
the tank line is still in,
hooked onto
in this.
Lively.
The tank line is still in this, and they're turning this. And now Monk is back, and you have healing. And Toaster's back too. It's SFC really fumbled the bag on that. Death loss from Toaster. He doesn't get much, and he slept out of it.
Get anything?
Snaps on the job, and Monk goes down.
From Javish gets funky.
What's he gonna do with this stuff?
Lively able to get Torb, and the nano used on the Magician. Hyper gets Moods gets antied as well. Gonna fall to Hyper. Looks like even when on the court, he's still MTDs.
You think he'll go for the hyper feed? Exists.
Anti-Laura. Last ditch effort. Meteor strike from Duck gets funky.
Completely ducks on them.
Gets Magician, but that's going to be the only pick for Detroit here. And SFC stop them right before first.
Ah, that's gotta hurt if you're Detroit. This is your last legs in the tourney. If you lose this map, you're out of it. It's done. And SFC will move on to face they them, by the way.
Initiating match.
And again, Detroit, they did look a little more coordinated that map per se, but it didn't necessarily lead to the first checkpoint being captured. So now, all you can really hope for is a miracle if you're Detroit, because, like, what do you really have in the tank left? You are gonna have to hold them for 4 minutes at the first checkpoint. And now, while on Rialto, it is possible. It's also extremely improbable. What do you imagine Toaster goes for here? It starts with the R and ends with and also ends with the R.
A bit distracted by messages about something.
Yep, and there's the Reaper from Toaster. Exist on the Doomfist. Can he Doomfist differential Duck though? You know, I would want to see Dick Riders play a little bit more aggro here because you're going to give up a lot of progress here. Torb on this right side. I do like this angle because it allows for a hook off the map. He's got to be a bit careful though.
Stop the payload.
I gotta look at Arcane. Look at Arcane. He's just in the back line. In the back line with Javish. Ooh! Hooks off Magician.
Torb hooks Magician off the map.
You know, that's a very Magician type of thing to do, to not check your corners. He hooks Duck, but he can't kill him. And it turns around on him instead.
Torb's gonna get caught in the back line.
Yeah, gets picked off. Exists.
Just gets the pick onto Hyper though. Like, without a break, there's not much appeal for flex support, and Exists gonna get
Exists
Duck as
in
well.
the back line. Yeah, and without any stunts, kind of like
Ready to engage once more, and he's gonna get the punch onto Javish.
Yeah, but he has
Gets low.
to go away because he's at almost no HP. exists on this high ground. Do you think he'll go for it? He does. Exist able to get out, get back to his support line. But for how long? Javish, he tried to go in, but he bangs his head. And Lutz goes down. No frontline presence anymore.
That's not right.
He kills Hyper right there. This Meteor Strike does not get much. The space jam could not do much. Just trying to contest the payload in the back line, but for how long? Duck is just tearing apart the side of Detroit Dick Riders. Here's the Meteor Strike. Dick Riders are looking more like Duck Riders right now. Duck is killing everybody.
Kill onto Exist.
Duck is just killing everybody right now, and the Shatter from Boots
Shatter
is
on the
big,
Magician.
but Duck is still killing
However, that's
everybody.
going to be the only person, and Duck's going to continue to just wipe out
I think
Detroit
Duck
here.
just aced it. I think Duck just aced the entirety of Dick Riders right there. It truly is the Detroit Duck Riders right now. He's picked off. Toaster's Blossom is actually
Ooh,
big.
big blossom from Toaster.
Doesn't even need the test though. Tradition's Minefield
He's really going to be able to reach.
and the touch though.
With the mines, and that's going to be a clean sweep from SFC.
They couldn't touch the payload. Toaster's Death Blossom kills 2 in the fight, and they just can't capitalize. Duck on that Doomfist, just too threatening. And it appears as though maybe he's not only a hit scan god, but also a flex god at that. Oh, that's gotta hurt if you're the Dick Riders, and what a way to go out to Minefield just to stone you off the brains. Anyways, but SFC, they move up in the winner. Yep, and SFC moves up in the winner bracket, and they're gonna face them. I'm assuming next week, right?
Might be the week after.
Might be the week after. That's alright. Anyways, time for interview. I believe so. That's barring in case anybody does not want to have an interview. These motherfuckers, bro. These stupid asses. Xbox. We should probably establish that it's Xbox. It's Xbox only. I would love to whatchamacallit, I would love to have Hyper as interviewee. I love Hyper so much. He's the GOAT. Doesn't Hyper have an Xbox?
Watch him go on Xbox for this.
I think we should tell Hyper to get on his Xbox. Oh, okay.
Alright, well, no interview.
No, are you serious right now? Yo, get Magician in here. Just ask Magician for an interview.
You know what, I'm gonna invite Juno.
Juno? Sure.
He's still here.
Juno. Let's get Juno. I'm Hyper and say, Hyper, don't you have an Xbox? I'm gonna DM Hyper right now and ask him if he doesn't have an Xbox.
Alright, well, no interview, sadly.